A new note on the stupendous adventures in the screen trade by William Goldman. Wonderful writer, marvelous stories, even if some are painting another picture of heroes we know from Hollywood. I was talking in the last previous note on the subject about Robert Redford and mentioning the fact that he has made the author work for so long on a project only to abandon it. For a silly reason. My fans would not like me if I'm not as macho as I was in Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. Not in those words, but the message behind it is that probably. There was another project wherein William Goldman had the worst moments of his life, and this was writing on for the All the President's Men script. As it happens, Robert Redford was the producer. He loved the story. The story, for those of you unfamiliar, those of you like I have more than 2 viewers for a film or a note like this. It's the story of Watergate and the resignation of Nixon, the only American president who had to do that. Others have been shot and finished their career in the White House sooner, but nobody had to resign, as far as I know. Anyway, it's the 2 journalists from the Washington Post, Woodward and Ben Steen, and Redford was the producer, and he was going also to play the part of Woodward. He had one of the 2 leading roles. So the question was to find a director and finish the scenario and go ahead with the film. Alas, the director involved was Alan Pakula, a good professional director. He has been with Warren Beatty on The Parallax View and a few other movies. He has graduated from Yale, very clever, very pleasant, but alas, he couldn't, from what we hear, couldn't decide on a thing. He was, what do you want for this scene? You want a longer or a shorter version? Give me both. You want the situation to be more tense or lighter mood? Don't spare me any pressure. Something like that was a phrase he repeated. But he couldn't make up his mind, and that was frustrating. Even Redford was annoyed. They say that the other part could only go to a big actor. Otherwise, people would speculate like that Redford wouldn't have someone to face him, to challenge him, and he would want somebody in a weaker position and so on. And they were going to have to choose between Dustin Hoffman and Al Pacino, who would fit the role, the ethnicity, the other details of the man behind the role. So we have also so many gems, so many small phrases said by one person or another, heard or known exactly by Goldman. One of these was an encounter with Warren Beatty, who had worked with Pakula, who said something like, when he heard Pakula was going to work with the author, be sure you have everything ready when you go on the floor, something like that. And a mysterious smile. Goldman says, again, not in these exact words, but I hope I get the gist, the meaning. Novelists keep speaking about mysterious smile. Well, if there was a mysterious smile, this was it. Wouldn't be. There was no chance to go into details. Pacula would prove an undecided director, as mentioned. But then comes the worst moment, wherein things are dragging. They send the script to the Washington Post. There's no answer back from Woodward and Bernstein. Woodward was very supportive throughout. Bernstein wouldn't give any feedback. And there's more, but go on and read the book. I would just say this was stuck in my mind. At one point, there's a call in New York from Radford. By the way, there was work going on. There had been work going on near his place in Utah, where families got to know each other. The wife of Radford with the wife of Goldman, the children. But even there, Goldman didn't have direct access to Radford. He would have to call the secretary, who would call Radford, and then Radford would call him back, which again seemed to me like a pretentious and obnoxious attitude. So, in New York, Bradford calls Goldman and says, let's meet. I have Bernstein and Woodward here, finally. So he goes there, they're in the living room, and Bernstein and Goldman, and I think he's also with his girlfriend who would become his wife, and then they would divorce. Anyway, there's a big shock. At that time, the script as written by Goldman had the okay from the studio, so it was a go project, that's what they call it, I mentioned in the previous note. But, surprise, surprise, Radford says, you know, Bernstein and his friend wrote a script. And it was on the table. I want you to look at it, something. And Goldman says this was the worst moment in his career because, what the fuck is this? I think he said fuck not here and like that, but in the context somewhere, with regards to this scene. Why is it here? Why wasn't Radford telling him, or why hadn't he already told the guy to just get lost? The script has a go, the project is a go from the studio, and we're doing this. It was unbelievable. This is not this is not happening in general, and it was like an incredible situation, and indeed humiliating and so on. So Goldman said, okay, I'll have to see the lawyers, talk to the lawyers about seeing the project, and it was indeed an awful moment. Even if with his modesty and insight, later on Goldman says, well, I could see the point of view Radford had. I mean, he didn't want a conflict with these guys. They were on the top of their game as heroes of mass media, finding out about the Watergate story and so on. And he didn't want a conflict with that. And to look in the material might have helped. I don't know if he said also that. But still, he said, still I know I was right. What happens next? You need to read the book, which is excellent, by the way, and find